Georgia. We had a foot of snow at the ski area known as a dry slot. In North Carolina and Virginia, you can see that starting to come up around the Lynchburg area. The snowfall has been prolific there, though. Locally around 20 inches in Lynchburg, as well as in Roanoke, and a couple of feet already around Lewisburg in West Virginia. That system continues to intensify. The snow shield spreading northbound. Still, believe it or not, some sun dimly visible in Boston. Snow flying just around the south side of Providence. Southern Connecticut, all snow. Snowing now in Poughkeepsie. Snow all the way back into Ohio and Indiana. We've had locally 10 to 12 inches in the Cincinnati and the Dayton area. And that snow will likely continue for you for several more hours. Look at that snow parking itself in the Hudson Valley now, ominously close to Albany. And even Boston looks like snow will become very heavy late tonight. The area south of the Mass Turnpike will likely get dumped on and dumped on good. Now notice how we have some of that orange showing up around Washington. That, I believe, is the difference in the reflectivity on the radar. That is where the sleet and even some freezing rain may be showing up in the lower part of the Potomac Valley from Washington down to the area where it empties out into the Chesapeake Bay. Now the other facet, still some very high surf expected. Coastal flood warnings are up from Watch Hill, Rhode Island, across all of Long Island, the Jersey Shore, and on down to Chincoteague in Virginia. That includes the Delaware coast. And also we have storm warnings now calling for winds of anywhere from 55 to as high as 75 miles per hour. We got to emphasize this now, that storm is getting out over the Gulf Stream, and it looks like that Gulf Stream is going to invigorate our storm even further. We'll see winds possibly as high as hurricane force late tonight into tomorrow, especially around Cape Cod, the outer islands, and also around Suffolk County in New Jersey, or on the island, I should say, and as well on the Jersey Shore. One more picture showing you the satellite picture. You can see the clouds very, very thick, really little, if any, breaks. The Outer Banks may have a couple of breaks. That's about it. Snowfall at the rate of about an inch or two per hour in and around New York City and Philadelphia. And that corridor definitely is pretty much off limits for travel for today. We're not going to get to go to Jill Brown this half hour. We'll get to her hopefully at the bottom of the hour and talk about some of the delays being experienced on the outer bridge crossings around New York City, and also some of the curtailed speed limits on the turnpike serving the New York City metropolitan area. We'll take a short break. We'll come back and look at ski weather. Also, we'll have Declan with our 5-day forecast, which should be rather enlightening as well. That's all forthcoming.
Converting slowly but surely from snow to freezing rain and high wind. Joe said the wind's going to be the problem, and that shakiness on your picture right now is Sky 6, which is located on some 25 or 30-story building at the shore, and the camera, although it's well bolted down, is blowing in the wind, and the wind is going to get worse. And tonight, with high tide between 8 and 9 this evening, there are serious problems with potential flooding and beach erosion and all kinds of difficulties at the shore as we see the edge of this storm. Now, it's very close to the shore, so they are closer to the storm than Philadelphia, but at the same time, it's converting there from snow to freezing rain. Now, it could turn back again. Bastardi was very clear about that. This could turn back into snow again before it's all over, and the situation in terms of amount.
edition of WeatherScope with the latest winter storm update.
Good afternoon. You're watching the Weather Channel. Bill Keneally in the Weather Channel Forecast Center. We continue to watch Mother Nature play her game of can you top this? First of all is New York City about 5 days before Christmas. Locally a foot of snowfall. Then about 4 days ago, Boston says, can you top this? About 13 inches. Now Washington says we can indeed top that. Dulles Airport, 14 already on the ground, still coming down at the rate of about an inch per hour. And now New York City, right up the corridor, is saying we're about to get in on it. I want to take you live now to New York. We'll take you to the Weather Channel's Abominable Snowman, a.k.a. Jill Brown. And Jill, looks like the city itself seeing snowfall rates picking up considerably in the past hour.
South end of Central Park here, and we used to be able to kind of see the gold statue commemorating the Maine that marks the entranceway, but you can hardly see it now as the visibility is going down and the snow is picking up. We don't have a whole lot of new snow here yet, maybe between an inch and 2 inches, but things have definitely slowed down on the roadways. Let's take a look at some scenes from Central Park a little bit earlier, and you'll see that there were a lot of people out this morning, actually out jogging. There was a 5K road race in Central Park this morning, and we had people out on bicycles this morning, believe it or not, and the traffic was really streaming along pretty well. Now it does look like basically what we have left on the roadways are cabs, and the roadways are in and around through New Jersey and out through Long Island are in pretty bad shape at this point. They have not yet declared state of snow emergency actually in New York City. They're going to wait till a little bit later this afternoon, and believe it or not, in spite of the worsening conditions, all 3 airports are open. That it may change, and a lot of the carriers have already canceled flights.
And you had said, Jill, that it looks like around the city itself, the troubles are beginning to work their way eastward, even around Long Island, Suffolk, and Nassau counties, seeing a lot of accidents in the past couple of hours.
Yes, before they were having most of the accidents down in New Jersey, and they were asking people to please stay off the roadways, which they are doing throughout the whole area. I think as people started seeing things get bad, they did get off the roadways, so conditions are a little bit better in New Jersey, mainly because of the lack of people out. But now, as the snow is increasing on Long Island, conditions are getting worse on the roadways there. On the BQE, some problems. On the Throngs Neck Bridge, some problems there as well. Now, a lot of times, as you know, Bill, with a storm like this, a nor'easter, you could have rain on Long Island and here in New York City, at least at first. But it's just been so cold this time that it's all snow, and everybody's going to get heavy snow.
That's right, Jill. My sister will vouch for you. She's over in Wayne, New Jersey, telling me they were hightailing it home from church about 2 hours ago, and for good reason. Just about everybody now off the road, at least in North Jersey, and hopefully that'll stay that way right on through till tomorrow morning. Jill Brown, thank you very much. We'll be taking a look at Washington, D.C. next hour. Also, we'll be back to Jill probably at the top of the hour. Jill, thanks a lot. Once again, I want to show you that radar now, see what's happening around the eastern states. You can see there's your action. Before we get into the radars, let's show you some of the pictures. I've got some video to show you. Take you on into parts of Tennessee and also take you down to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. First of all, on Outer Banks, that is all rain. It's also raining up around the Virginia Beach area. The temperature has shot up to 47 degrees at the Oceana Naval Air Station in Virginia Beach. Norfolk has gone over to all rain as well after picking up around 5 or 6 inches. Inland areas, still a lot of snow, a lot of sleet. Jeff Morrow mentioned the snow mixing in with sleet in the Potomac Valley in downtown Washington. We'll be going back to him at the top of the hour. Now, as far as the low pressure goes, there it is down around Wilmington, North Carolina. Pressure is continue falling rapidly right up into the tidewater. That basically tells us that storm is making not a beeline, it's headed in your direction, but it's not really moving all that quickly. The snow now getting up into central Connecticut and up into central Rhode Island. Some of that leading edge may not be hitting the ground up around Boston and Albany. Skies still are cloudy, even some sun visible during the past hour in Boston. Enjoy that while you can. Snow history, you can see the city around 1 to 3 inches. Philadelphia area pushing 6 inches now. Wilmington, Baltimore, Washington corridor, anywhere from 10 to 15 inches. And the big snows, the big monster dump of snow is in West Virginia and Virginia. Locally, a couple of feet out by Snowshoe Ski area, and reports of a couple of feet down around the Skyline Drive in Virginia. And also the cities, Roanoke and Lynchburg, kind of vying it out. They're both up to 19 inches. Here's our forecast now. Watch out, southern Connecticut, southern Rhode Island, and the lower Hudson Valley could see as much as a foot in this area. May want to trim back a little bit on that snowfall of 3 to 4 feet. We'll call for 2 to 3 in the locally higher peaks of West Virginia. Snow, pack it down a little bit, but nonetheless, you can see there's still this blue shading on the map. That's the color enhanced picture correlating to higher cloud tops and heavier snows still back in Ohio and West Virginia. That's going to have to ride on across the Washington area sometime tonight into the early part of Monday morning. There's a radar showing that snow edging perilously close to Albany and south of Boston, down around, say, Foxborough, probably some light snow in the air now. And there's your snow all the way back towards Atlanta and Birmingham, Alabama. Mark Mancuso is going to venture out in that a couple of minutes from now. We wish him all the best. You can see our snows in Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, very heavy snow at the rate of 1 to 2 inches per hour. Richmond, Virginia, what a sleet storm. Snowing and sleeting, and now all sleet and sleeting probably at the rate of an inch every couple of hours. When that happens in early January, that snow sticks around for a long, long time, has a lot of water content.